Welcome, welcome. True Raw Lunch. Kim made us some vegan sushi with some of the vegan cheese I made and all sorts of yummy stuff. And she made this spicy as all heck spice sauce, and there's a lot of it. And we're here with Cam.
Yeah.
Habanero, watermelon, orange, talking about creation. Passionate creation.
Passionate creation and generating generating a flow whereby your passion is how do I say it? Nutrifying your, giving nutrient to your life, is generating growth to all aspects of your life, you know, because many creators and artists, okay, they create a lot and they realize what their passion is and they put a lot of time into it, but they don't exactly understand how to make that into to put it back into the roots, to put the fruit back in the roots. Because when you see any tree that gives a lot of fruit, a great deal of its nutrient comes from the fruit that fall just below the tree and give nutrient back to the tree. So, and of course, people can come and take the fruit, that's all good, but a great deal of this fruit goes back into the tree, you know.
Oh wow, yeah.
On the other side, there's the people who really are business minded, who haven't found their creative passion, you know? Mm-hmm. So I suppose that is really like, so I suppose this is like interesting from both of those angles, you know? Thank you.
This one?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, he's done great.
Well, I did deliver with the sauce. It's got a kick.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Instead of wasabi, it's habanero.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like being able to live off your creative passion in a way, like having your passion be profitable.
You like it?
Yeah, but for me,
Not kick.
it's mild.
Oh my gosh! Okay, well, I guess you've been in Mexico longer. I'm like, ooh, yeah, ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, I was
Well,
like
it
really
was
getting-
really hot, and I put like 3 little limes in it because I was like, wow, that's too much.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, good.
I'm really gonna get in the sauce like that I know that.
Yeah. It's all about the sauce with sushi, you know. I've gotten creative and learned to make my own because soy sauce is fermented and we're striving to stay away from fermented stuff, and you know, David likes that wasabi kick, but any wasabi that I go to try to find at the store is all just shit. It's not natural, you know. If it was like the pure horseradish or whatever, I would use it, but so I've just got into just making my own sauces and it's worked out.
Yeah, you can use black pepper also. Sauce, black pepper sauce will be pretty interesting with this.
Black.
Like the black pepper punch. It can be as strong as a chili sometimes.
You want some black pepper on that? Is that what you're saying, Tim?
Yeah, so why don't we start by kind of like talking a little bit about where we are with our things, a little kind of like a little concise journey of where we are, because I think we're at very different levels, you know. I'm coming personally from a person who's lifelong creating, lifelong artist of many different mediums, and I have always had a lot of artwork in my life. I have tried to do it the art gallery way, you know, and I also tried a little bit to do it the social media way, you know, but I wasn't really clear on where I was going with it, or really clear about, I think also I had a little reserves about sharing my art as well, you know, because it can be in certain times of your life, depending on how your mental state is, it can be quite I don't know, feels like something drawing some demon out of you, you know. And maybe you say it shouldn't be like that to have your art, you know, to make something pure, but it's no lie for me. A lot of my artwork that came out was like an exorcism. So to show those things became really difficult. My artwork is a little different now, and I think the way that I'm working is a little different now. And so I'm coming back at this social media thing, not so much as like, okay, I'm putting myself, selling my heart, but more like, this is a message I really need to get out, you know, the message is purified, the thing is, and like, I'm in a moment now of creating a website, creating a book, gonna arrange some courses that I'm gonna put on there. So it's like such a rapid movement for me in that direction. I can't say from the economic point of view what is generating what just yet, but there's certainly signs, you know, there's things happening. You know, there's things, little magical things happening. That say, all is good, keep going. You know?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. What about you guys?
I think that that's really the important thing about it all is that why, the why. You know, if you're just producing art to make money, then it becomes something completely different. If you're making art for the people, and you're creating for the people, I think it has a whole different feel to it, like a different abundance like comes into it.
I agree. What's coming through me now was inspired by Creatrix herself, you know, like the children's book I did was not my idea. As this, I mean, we're all one. We're all come from the one, right? But we have these different personas that the one is experiencing through. And this persona of Kimberly did not come up with the idea. It was done, it was given to me in a medicine ceremony, a vision. And even when I saw the vision of the cover of the book, I just went, that's not what I would have chosen. Like, you know, I was like, huh? And I've not been doing art my whole life. I never considered myself an artist. My parents had me take accordion lessons when I was young, and I learned to play the accordion, but I let that go, and I wasn't even playing a musical instrument until a year and a half ago when I took up the guitar, you know, so all these things are just coming into like me getting, you know, more into my creative side. An artsy side, whereas like you've done it your whole life. I'm like a newborn.
Yeah.
Like, oh, paint. What, you know? I mean, there was one point where I strung beads on a bracelet for a while with another friend when we were making, but it wasn't pure art. It was just doing it to, like, I don't even know. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything for my heart like I did with my children's book before. I've never, you know, created anything like that. And I would have never guessed that I would be doing anything like that, because it, like for you, you've done art your whole life. Like for most artists, that's just how they are. Like it's just been in them their whole lives. like for me, I'm a grandma now and it's just starting to come out. So it's just weird, you know, like.
But great, you know, this is
What is
like,
this?
The beauty of life, that you never stop surprising yourself. Even if I get to be 150 years or whatever, or I get to be some I don't know, some Promethean elder of kind of 2,000 years old, you know. And you never stop learning,
Yeah.
and you never stop surprising yourself.
Yeah.
And it's funny what you say about the channeling and this coming through. I think when I'm at my most, when I'm creating my best art, whether it be a doll, whether it be a painting, whether it be writing, has that feeling that it's just coming through me with so much kind of, with like a surprise aspect to it, a very certain peculiarity that it isn't yours from the beginning, you know. And later on, when you look at the doll or you look at read the writing, you're like, wow, you know.
Yeah.
And I like that. Like if you
Yeah.
make a doll, it's a kind of doll that I would want. But what I really want is a surprise. I want to be surprised, you know. So when I read my writings that come from this state, you know, I'm always like, wow, this is really what I wanted to read. This was the book that I've been looking for, or this is the story that I was looking for, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I love your little stories that you create with your dolls, and it's like that aspect of the creation is so magical. The story with it, you know.
Camulets.com.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. Your new website.
Yeah,
Camulets.com. And that's even better to share than like at Instagram. You know,
Yeah.
it's better to give it right to your website.
Yeah, and that's another point as well about the website, you know. Like I never thought that it would be like necessary. What, 2023, who is using the website now? They're all using the social media, and okay, that's possible. But if you have more to offer than just a picture and a writing, this goes into the business side of it.
Yeah.
If you want people to enter fully into your world and to access other things that you have made, then there's some serious limitations with the social media.
Yeah.
And maybe you could talk a bit about that, because you're really developing that side right now about the website and getting all your things in
Yeah.
in your basket.
With like, you know, with all of the programs out there, from Instagram to Facebook to TikTok to YouTube, there's a control system. Each one of those has a control system that easily one video could see 1 billion people in half a day, but they make it so that it doesn't work that way. They make it so it teases you to want to post more videos so that they have more videos on their site. They make it for their benefit.
Of course.
And
Makes perfect sense.
so now with our website, we have it for the people's benefit. We have it for the people's and for the people to be able to learn from and to see what we have there for them. And so we don't draw people away from our website to go to these other websites, but we can now utilize, Kim's like the multimedia manager, the marketing manager. She can utilize that Facebook platform to share what we're doing on the website, and that brings people to the website because there's already people using that app. And we're building a new app that will be the Love Temple app for our website, that people can we can get members and stuff can sign in, build their own profile, they can hang out with each other and have conversations, and it's super amazing. And they can join in on the groups and the conversations and join in on the programs and things that we have. And with the website, it's awesome because I could just full on create. You know, I have one page, this is my page for me. And I can just write whatever I want on there, put whatever I want on there. It doesn't really matter. I don't really have much of the burps or things like that on there.
Same goes for TikTok.
Yeah. But it's being able to centralize it, and it's not even my website. It's our website. It's the website for the Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities, which is part of the Love Temple, and we're using that platform to also sell our books because we're part of that, and other people can sell their books on there, and other people can do their programs on there, write their programs on it, and other people can do their bookings and readings and stuff. We require them to go through some of the courses so that we're on the same page, you know, like take a few courses before you can do that. Before we put you on our team, we want you to be on the same page with Love Is Us, so we want to kind of agree with what you're doing. It has to agree with the website. It has to agree with the purpose of the whole thing.
So how many creators are involved in this project, Sustainable Development?
Well, the Sustainable Development's been going on since 1997, and it's on and off, had almost 300 members on and off. But the ones that are actually active and creating right now is us two.
Well, we do have a board. We have a secretary and a treasurer, and we have meetings with them, and we have. But right now, our focus has been getting our school programs, you know, dialed in to help the people. So David, he has worked incessantly on getting the bones down, and then I go and add some pretty pictures and maybe a few words and, you know, a few things here and there, but he's really been the mastermind behind the program. It's been really awesome.
The SDICINC.com.
Yeah.
And tell us what kind of, so what do you have on the site so that people can know what what is in this world? So you have blog posts on there.
Yeah, Kimberly is the president of our non-for-profit. Do you want to explain what our website
Yeah, we
is
have
about?
blog posts, but it's about helping people to get healthy.
Yeah, just to know,
Like,
just to
to
see
know
what
themselves.
what
Yeah.
kind of things you have going on, you know.
Yeah, the basis for everything as a human being is self-love. If you do not love yourself, you have no foundation for anything. And there are many, many out there that have never learned to love themselves because their parents didn't know how to love themselves. They were never taught. They were, you know, it's nothing that's right, wrong, good, or bad. It just is. And the deeper that we can love ourselves, then the deeper we can love others. We can't love anyone else at a deeper level than we've learned to love ourselves
No,
first.
of course not.
And
If
so
you
with
don't
the-
have mangoes, you can't talk about mangoes, you know.
Right.
We have a love school on there. The Love Temple has a love school, and so we have different programs that can help people take loving themselves to a whole nother level.
Okay, so you're talking about this subject through articles. You also have courses
Yeah.
that also go through many aspects of loving yourself, including dietary, including contemplation and meditation, yoga, including the different ways of configuring and programming your mind.
Yes.
But you have a kind of systematic approach to it where the courses flow through and each one builds upon the next, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is,
We do
there's
have
a-
like an order of courses, and in that order helps people to achieve a different level of understanding. Starting off, we recommend the mindfulness course. And if you buy a book on our website, we give people that course. And that just helps people look at being present and looks at people being here now and not living in the past or the future. And then it evolves onto the lessons of love would be the next one that we would recommend. And that just helps redefine love in a whole nother way that hasn't really been heard in a while, and to break down love and what love is, and to explain it in the practice of feeling it and returning to love and stirring that up in yourself.
Most people know conditional love. I'll love you if you
Yeah.
treat me, if you do this, if you do that, then I'll love you. You know, like often even parents not in the conscious level, but teach their kids that. They're like praising them if they do good, and then berating them if they, don't get a good grade, or if they don't win the sports game. Their dad on the sideline, oh, you guys, it's
so
conditional
people
love.
always looking outwards for the objects of love.
Yeah.
And so we explain what love is, explain what the love emotion is, and how to practice feeling that. And then we explain what unconditional is, and what unconditional love is, and how to feel that with yourself, and then how to shine that out to others, and then to shine that out to all. And with these practices and these understandings and these
Learning to
pictures.
trust yourself, learning that because we each have our own divine blueprint, right? Like you've known forever. You're an artist and you've been creating forever. Well, many people, I spent years learning life lessons that would help me to get to be my divine blueprint now of teaching and guiding others. But many don't know their divine blueprint, and they listen to other people. Oh, you should do this, you'll make more money doing that. Oh, and they go, oh, I don't know. I go, okay, maybe I should do that.
We live in a noisy world.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Everybody's saying, hey, how about double, treble, quadruple your income?
Yeah.
Just by selling your clipped toenails. Really? Just sign up to this course. $59.99. Was that $59.99? Okay. Where's my card? It's my last $59.99 in my pocket, but I'm
But
ready
you
for
sold
this.
me, yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah.
For sure. We have one kind of like that. It's called certificated certificator.
It's a joke, really. It's for $555 and maybe 55 cents.
Five.
Because so many people think that once they have a certificate, that's going to make them feel like they have value. I'm certified, and it never really changes anything. It never, oh, you have a certificate.
It's a certificate program that's serious. It helps walk you through how to make a certificate and how to become a certificated certificator. So you can certificate certificates.
I can say, this for me is something like, wow.
You want to be a
I
certified
want to be a
certificator?
You can
Because
get
I
a
like think
certificate.
like in between the art, I can have lots of certificates for lots of
Yes!
things. Like Alive Today certificate,
Yes.
you know,
And you can get the
Yes.
and
certificate
like
other people.
digesting food certificate. you know?
And you can have a whole wall full of certificates, like breathe
And
up,
yeah, and everyone
breathe.
will be so amazed at all your certificates.
Yes, I have a whole.
And then
wanna
you will also have your certified certificator that from us, signed
certified
by us.
certificator certificate.
Yeah.
That's something that I look forward to.
Join our program today.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm amongst it.
And then you can give certificates for enlightenment. 'Cause
Yes.
people want those
like
too.
they want enlightenment because
They
they,
want
don't know
proof that
who
they're
they are.
Yes.
So you can enlighten them and certify it.
Yes. Shabam. Alakabam. Or whatever he says.
Yeah, just bam, make it happen. Yeah, on that roll, but it's just to kind of make some fun of it. And then also it is to make, but our certificates, like, people like that, so our love course, after you finish the love's,
Kim?
Thank you very much.
after you finish the lessons of love, you do get a certificate that says that you completed the lessons of love, and then you get a little badge on our website saying that you're a lover, proving that you finished the course.
You get a lover badge.
Proving that you finished the course, and that's just kind of part of the whole program's thing. That's part of that, and it
Yeah.
helps people when they go through something that they completed it and they have a certificate of completion. And then we also have like a Earth Hug Yoga and
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Eating Not Eating Guide, which is about fasting and preparing yourself for a big fast, starting out small and showing what to eat and what not to eat and why, and the benefits of fasting in different situations. of certain time periods of fasting lead to different body processes in the body.
And getting rid of parasites, 'cause unless you like to name them and just, you know, like own it, like, yeah, I got Larry with me, we're friends now.
And then we have our True Raw course, which talks about what True Raw is, and it has a whole bunch of recipes on it. This recipe, close to this recipe's on it.
I'll have that. I took a picture. I'll put it on. I always like when I do something new, like this was just my own creation today. I just whipped it up. I'm like, oh, what do I have for sauce? A little avocado, a little, like I get witchy, you know. But what I really want to teach people is how to get witchy.
Yeah.
To figure
So
it
that
out
they
themselves.
don't. Yeah, so they don't need to go like, okay, 1 teaspoon, one of this, one of that, you know, and like, oh, I don't have that ingredient, I can't make it. You can do anything. You just have to, you know, get a little witchy in there.
Yeah, how do you think all the recipes of the whole universe
Yeah.
are made? Just by someone saying, I'll take a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Only someone a bit more anal came down the line and started breaking it down into half teaspoons and milliliters and all of this.
Yeah.
But the first person who made the recipe,
I know.
for sure, they were just slamming all kinds of things out of the
Something,
cupboard.
yeah.
Whoa, Baba Ganoush, how did that
Then
happen?
they had to guess what ingredients they put in to write a
Yeah.
recipe. So our recipe book like teaches people how to do it themselves and get inventive and try creative themselves. But people also want recipes.
Well, I put recipes in there, but my goal is to go in and hone in more to teach people how to trust themselves and like once they know of the foundation, it's like art, you know. Once you have a foundation, then you can go outside of that. You can
You
kind of
need
start
to know your
expanding.
limits for have freedom.
Yeah.
Limits are important for freedom. They're
Like this is
essential for freedom.
I first got a recipe because I didn't know how to create raw. I hadn't done it before, and when I felt like this was the path for David and I got a recipe and it said to use cauliflower for the rice. So I did that and I was like, okay. And immediately after I ate it, my energy went down and I felt tired, so I knew that cauliflower was not good for me.
And so it's a practice,
Raw
and we
cauliflower,
teach
yeah.
the practice. We
So
teach
then-
people to do it themselves.
I used avocado. I was like, well, smashed avocado would work. And that worked. It was really avocado-y. And then with the cheese, I liked that a little bit better. I'm like, oh, I can use the cheese that we make, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just this progress of like thinking outside of the box.
Mm.
And I want to teach that to people.
Yes. That's super cool. And we made a little travel here. We went from the blog post, we talk about the courses that you made, now we're talking about the books. Now we're talking about how your process started coming into how you started to inform those books, how you started to inform the courses, how all of this is flowing, you know, like talking about your experience doing this, witching around, and then deciding to start sharing some of these ideas. And then did you start to you just casually start to write about it, and then that becomes just to get an idea of how these processes are going, because people probably really interested. They think, oh, I need to do this, and then I need to do something else which is this, and then I need to do something else which is this, and maybe give them a massive headache when they're trying to, because I know I had this problem, huge problem, when even though I was writing, when it came to creating my website, I think, oh, I need to create something altogether new. Oh, no. But from this idea, like you say, of creating from your passion, realizing things about it, did you start writing about it like offhandedly, or how did it
Start writing about what?
this book, for example, what is the book called? The course,
Well, so the Lessons of Love started out as like the Love Temple doctrine. Realizing that we had a love temple, realizing that we had a church, and kind of needing a doctrine, kind of feeling that I had this information in me that I wanted to share. So I created a Google document and I started just typing. And I started talking about the lessons of love that I knew, of unconditional love, and I just started breaking it down. At first I would just take the document and I'd put, boom, little subjects here and here, and I'd step away from it. Then I'd go back and add some more into it. Then I'd go back and add some more into it. And then at one point I published that on Amazon as just the Love Temple Doctrine so that people could see it. And then we just published that on the website. And then we got into making the program, so we took that and put it into a program, and then we broke it all apart into a bunch of different steps, and then we kept adding and adding and adding from it. You can start out, most of my books started out that way. Most of my books started out as just a few notes, like my mind saying, get this out, oh this is good, let's get this out. Let's put a few notes on how big breath technique, you know, okay, I'm gonna do a big breath technique, and I wanna talk about how you breathe and expand and how you hold and how you relax. And then I'd come back to it another day and then add more into it and then add more, then I'd take more out of it and fine tune it, and then I posted that on Amazon as just a small little ebook. And then once we had the website going, I took that and put it into a program and just enhanced it so much more. And then Kimberly comes and does her little magic and adds some pictures and things like that. So like a lot of people, like they look at the finished product and go, oh, I can never do that. But I've been working on this website since 2016, and I've been working on websites since 2000 kind of thing. So
it was old boy when you come on the website.
And I never considered it very good of websites. This is probably the most amazing looking one that I've ever built, and it's the most in detail and in depth.
Well, he had a lot of stuff that from the beginning with his stick is when it was the Stupid Dumb Idiot Club instead of Sustainable Development Inspiring Community.
Before
Yeah.
Sustainable Development Inspiring
Before,
Community.
so
I had a Stupid Idiot Club website, and we had the whole Idiot Club on there where our members would go hiking at night and stuff.
and
It was a stupid, silly site with things spelt wrong and things looking funky and weird. And
so when we finally got serious about it, I was
well,
like,
then it became the
alright.
Sustainable Development Inspiring
Yeah.
Communities, and then I took that website and built. So the Stupid Idiot Club website got kind of pushed back, and then we built Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities, and now we built a non-for-profit website with the Love Temple, and it's built on these.
And I think
things.
just getting more simple in how we do it. It's gotten simplified.
And we go off onto different pages too. You can go into the Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities and look at those pages and look at that information about us building the eco communities and things like that we want. We haven't really been working on that side of it much. We've been working more on the programs, and most people don't even see the Stupid Idiot Club because it's kind of hidden back. It's not that easy to get to.
It seemed like
You have to have
You'd
a
have to be an
secret code.
idiot in
Yeah.
order
You have to have
to
an
find
idiot.
it.
Yeah.
like it's kind of grew from that seed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, and then the whole history of it's on there too, of how it grew from this seed to the next. I just wrote a blog post on our website and shared it through social media that I clipped out of my last book that I wrote on Amazon. So I just clipped out these things that I wrote in my other book, and it explained how the Stupid Dumb Idiot Club became the Stupid Idiot Club, which became the SDIC, which became the STIC, which became Sustainable Development Inspiring Communities, which became the Love Temple, which became the Heart Flows.
Yeah.
And so I explained that in poetic form in my last book, and then I cut that out and put it into a blog. And getting that information out of the journey of it.
But maybe to just clarify, you see this as like all growing from within one seed. It's like
Yeah.
an evolution of a seed.
Yeah, and it would
It's
start
like-
as in like they called us idiots
Yeah.
when we were in school, and it started in school, and they called us idiots. And
Who?
like teachers and parents and stuff, they'd say like, you're an idiot, you're riding your bike on the wrong side of the road, you cut me off and I'm driving a car, you're an idiot, you're hiking at night, you're an idiot. At church, stop asking questions, you're an idiot, or whatever. And so we
Never ask questions.
Yeah.
we made it a term of endearment we would call each other idiots and we'd salute each other with the idiot salute and like use that as something good. We took the negative that people were trying to knock us down with and made it positive. We took the negative term and we're like, yeah, woohoo! Someone call us an idiot, we cheer for them. It didn't let us hurt us. And so that was kind of the core seed of self-love and unconditional love.
Yes. Interesting way that it came. Yeah.
Look at how that just flew.
Yeah.
Yeah, things happen.
Thank you.
All right, come on, guys. You're gonna finish these off.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna use my no, I'm using my top taste. And I got so much sauce left.
Yeah, I
Need
know.
a
I made
spoon?
a lot on accident.
Like,
Yeah.
so that's super cool to hear like all these things have been growing on top of each other, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and then we meet you, and it's just I feel this energy is just gonna keep expanding with all of us. Like,
Yeah.
going to your house on Fridays. I'm super excited about that. Like, you're just coming over one day, talking to David about your website, and when you said you didn't bring your laptop, I was like, he's not really. Maybe he's not. And then David's like, oh yeah, he's got his website. I'm like, what? Really? Like, I was really, I was surprised because you didn't bring your laptop that day. And,
Yeah.
because I would need someone to show me, where? I don't, can you show me? And you just went and did it. So
Yeah,
that was really awesome,
I'm
Cam.
often like just checking. I'm very like economic with the way I do things, you know.
That's how
If I
David
feel
is,
like I'm
yeah.
going somewhere, even though it's the idea is that we check on our website, okay, maybe I just don't need to carry this right now. Maybe I just need to be shown something that I don't need this thing because it will hinder me. I won't be able to walk.
Yeah, that's how David thinks.
So sometimes I just streamline and then I get the information and then I can work on it later. The first few times the first time I came and we had this kind of like, okay, super strong like flow connection with these ideas and doing this work. Take me a little time to process these things to get them together, to oftentimes they might hit a point and I'm like, okay, I'm full,
Yeah.
I need to work through this, whatever it is. I got a full belly, I need to digest all of this.
Yeah.
But
The hot sauce is good.
Oh, thanks.
Is that avocado in there?
Yeah, I put a little avocado.
cheese?
No,
No.
I didn't put any cheese in it. What did I put in there?
It's a little
I put a little
tanginess.
Habanero, lime, avocado.
habanero, lime, a little bit of water, and a little bit of olive oil.
Tanginess and lime.
Yeah, the tanginess is the lime. Because it was so, I felt because I'm not, Cam or David, that it was really spicy.
Put the whole habanero in?
But I did. I
With
put
the
the whole-
seeds or?
I didn't put all the seeds in, so I thought, oh, it'll be fine. And it still felt really spicy, so then I put like three little limes in it. I was like, oh my god, I need to mellow it
Those
out.
habaneros, they'll get you.
Yeah,
You don't really know until you know.
yeah.
Make one of those and do a jalapeno popper. Habanero poppers. Cam would probably love those.
All those.
Yeah.
You know a jalapeno popper? Where you take a jalapeno and you fill it full of cheese?
Oh no, I don't know.
You know?
Oh,
That's
God.
what we would have in the United States all the time. I used to have bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers.
Wow.
Wrapped in bacon, but we don't do that anymore.
Ew.
So we make them here, take a jalapeno, fill it full of the nut cheese, and then wrap some nut cheese and flax on the outside and dry it in the dehydrator, and it gets crispy on the outside.
Wow.
And you just eat it. It's all hot and spicy.
Wow.
But-
You'd probably like a habanero one.
No, I mean, I when she said habanero, I was like, oh man, this is gonna destroy me. But I found it's all right.
The lime juice. I
love
was
that
like, oh
habanero.
gosh.
I love that habanero. It's got such an amazing kick to it. Different kind of spicy flavor.
And I don't think it would destroy you. It might destroy Larry though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Larry would be like,
Yeah, so I think one of the main things is like just get started. Like if you want to write a book, then like write a word down. Like if I'm going to write a book, I'll take a Google document because I can access that from anywhere, and I'll just put a title that I think I might like. Then I may put another title and another title. I might put 7 titles. Then I may put like a few subjects that I want to talk about. And then later I'll go in and start filling out those subjects. And I'll read my book 100 times before it's published. And I've always added something, changed something, tweaked something, said something a different way. Took a period out, added a period. She finds my capitalized and asks me why I capitalize stuff. And she finds where I don't have my periods and let her look through it and let her read it. Cool and stuff. And just getting started.
Action obliterates all doubt.
Yeah.
But so many of us have energy blocks that just we get to that action point and we get to a certain point. At least I have in my, my past self, and then I just stop because I get in my head about it.
And that's why it's important to go back, like start an action, and take a break, but then go back into it again. Like then you could read it. I'll write 2 pages and I'll walk away. Next week I'll read those 2 pages and be like, oh, and then it'll inspire me to throw some more things in on there.
Yeah.
And same with the courses. We'll write the courses, we'll write the programs, and then we'll go through the program again and be like, ooh, this would be sweet. Or we'll learn something new. We'll be like, oh, we gotta put this in there. We'll hear this phrase, or we'll say something like, love is lovely, love so lovely. Ooh, we gotta make sure we put that in there, That's in my new book, Love's Love. Love is lovely, love so lovely, love so lovely. Lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely. So lovely, love so lovely.
Aw,
Love so
lovely.
lovely, love so lovely.
Yay.
Love.
Yeah. It's also like I like this way of doing it, Like for me, I'd often get very seized up. I would try, if we say that all of this could spring, this whole thing could spring from a word.
Yeah.
You just have to get that word down.
Yeah.
Once you've taken the first step, you take a second step. Before you know it, you're halfway to Timbuktu.
240 something pages I got on one of my books.
Yeah, but you have to start with a word.
Yes.
Or if you're a dancer, you have to start with a movement.
If you're gonna go for
Or
a
if
walk,
you're-
it starts with the first step.
Or if you're going to take a walk, it's a step. But you got to take that step.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the hardest step. But that's the most powerful step. Because you did it. And once you've done it, that's why when you wake up, make your bed.
Yeah.
Then you've done it. You've created something. You've done something. You've already accomplished something. Wake up, make your bed. Yeah, I did something already today. Sweet.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be a whole day full of things happening.
Yes, for
But
sure.
today I didn't make my bed right away because I've been laying in it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, David woke up
all
with
morning.
a little stomach thing.
But then from okay, so also as well, a title, a name for something, it kind of starts things moving in a particular direction. When you put that word down, that word has a sound, it has an image it conjures up in your head, but it also has deeper roots as well that go into the history of language and the history of human, and these roots go into very deep and peculiar places, So when you interact with words like that, you put a word down, all of a sudden you're interacting with that root, that source stream of all human expression, that is at the root of the language. So you put this word down, whatever it is, you check, does it feel good? Okay, it feels good, I just put it down, and then that's it, and then you leave, maybe leave the word, you go and make yourself a cup of coffee, whatever, you come back, you check the word again, is that the right word? So yeah, I feel that is good. Okay, I checked twice now, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And then you say, right, okay, I'm gonna write maybe whatever would you feel with it. If it's just like maybe I just start writing, or maybe I start breaking down into other related words that are to do with it.
And then if I start writing and then my neck or shoulders or arms start to hurt, then I'll just walk away and then go do vacation pose.
Yeah.
And just take a vacation in that pose and just relax for a while. And then while I'm laying there, I may come up with some more things to write, because I'll be mulling over what I wrote, and then I'll think of I'll have more ideas of what next to write.
Yeah. So then you keep developing this and you keep developing it, and every time you're going away and you're coming back, and it's very kind of like wandering upon an old friend in the street, like, hey, there you are again. And then you start, you know, you add a little bit more, and then you add a little bit more,
Yeah.
and each time you keep reading into like, oh, how are you? Let me just have a little read over you. Ah, see,
Yep.
and slowly you get together, let's say 10 pages, right?
Yep.
You have 10 pages. Automatically that can be a book.
Yeah, you can publish that on Amazon.
It could be the bare bones of your website.
Yep.
You could take some quotes out and start to use
To
that
the
as
start of a course.
start of a course. It could be a subject of a live podcast like
Yep.
this. You know, you can take one word. I mean, I'm super interested in words of power, so a single word for me can open up a whole can of worms. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, this I like the format. So for example, with this podcast, so in this case, like, we have a title.
Yeah.
We have a title for the first time.
Yeah.
Hey!
getting
And this for
serious
me,
now.
I was egging this on for the last couple of weeks. You
Yeah.
know? So I'm super stoked that we're operating under a title now.
Yeah,
And
it's
how does it-
evolving now with the subject, and I think it's
And now from this podcast, what can happen? I mean, we're talking very loosely, eating food, you know, but we can edit this,
yeah.
you know, and we can, like, from this, you say from 100% of something, 20% is the cream. You see this when you get the milk. It's not all the cream. It's just a percentage that is the most powerful stuff. So then from this, what you could do is you could extract that 20%, that 10%, somewhere
Yep.
between 10-20% from 2 hours of footage. You could have, let me see, brain, hello coconut. From an hour of footage, yeah, you're looking about 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
that can be done on the video, and then we can take that video and put it on YouTube. We can take that video and put it on TikTok. We can take that video and share it on Facebook. We can take that video
Put it
and
into
put
a
it on our
course.
website. We can take that video and put it on a course.
So
And we've
all-
done that too. We can create a whole course out of that one video also.
Exactly. So when people are thinking like, oh, I need to do this and do so many things, and everything they do, they create new. Be wise about it.
Yeah.
You know, be intelligent about it. You got the message out there. Maybe if you do it again, you're not gonna hit the message the second time. But if you hit the nugget the first time, then that's good enough to run with. Just keep developing that, but into different ways. Find different ways that you can get that same message out there. You know?
Yeah.
Maybe you can put a photo with it. Yeah?
Yep.
And then automatically you have possibly something that you can make with a photo and
With the technology nowadays,
whatever people have all kinds of crazy stuff
the
going on.
cool thing you could do with the technology nowadays, you could take the video, pick out, like you said, the fine gold in it, and then you can get that, separate the video from the audio. Now you have an audio track that you can upload at different places. Then you can take that audio track and put it into words, into a text file, and now you can put that into a different spot too. The technology is amazing how you can go from video to audio to text. You can talk your book.
This is our era of magic now.
Yeah.
This is the magic of our age. You'll be a very bland and mediocre person not to get not to get like real, get involved in this sorcery that is going on, that was given to us in this day and time.
Yeah.
Before us, they could like somehow transport with the power of sound huge blocks, thousands of kilograms just hundreds of tons weight each one, transport it up to the top of a mountain without using physical power, or to cut, do all kinds of crazy stuff. We don't even know what the potential of those people were, but they didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
They did not have the internet, you know.
We can look up anything, and before too, if you wrote a book, you would have to take all of your papers in your
imagine,
guide. You
before-
had to make copies of them on a rolling press or something.
Oh, man.
But now I can just take it from my computer, make a file, upload it onto Kindle Book Publishing KBB or KBP, and fill out some fine details, and bam, my book is available on Amazon.
Yeah, and if you
So simple.
if you talk to somebody like 500 years ago about that, you say, I published a book. I had let's just say I had 1,000 people reading my book in the very day I decided to publish it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what, how did you did you have many people doing that? How did you get that many etchings? They
Yeah,
could not
exactly.
fathom what they're doing, because they cannot see that, cannot see out of his era of magic.
We are so blessed with that. Like the ebook is automatically like pretty much online when you do it, and people could read it on their phone right then and there, or on their tablets or Kindle Fire or whatever.
Yeah, so if you have magical messages that you must get out, today is a good time to be living, my friend.
It is such a magical time for everybody and everything right now. We have that magic and that connectionness, and creating is what it's all about. And just taking that first step. We are all creators. We create. That's what we do.
Yeah. That's the era of magic, you know. Now more people creating than ever. It's not all stuff from the heart. There's a lot of garbage that is being created as well, but it's this energy, you know, that is coming. Like we just passed through a year of science. I mean, we just passed through the era of science, you know, where it was not creating, it was about observing and manipulating, you know, the world. What does this do? I move it like that. Okay, what happens if I put it over here and then do that? You know, it was kind of observing through instruments. And I mean, we're still using instruments when you use your phone and things like this, you know, your computer. Still using the instruments. But they are the tool, they are the weapons of magic that we're given, you know. These are the weapons of magic that we're given to use. Any weapon of magic, you can use it for your benefit or you can use it for your detriment. Everybody knows the magic wands and stuff, you know, they can like boom, and just you wanna break down this evil gate, but the weapon is too powerful and goes off and takes down someone's house at the side, you know. This is the thing what's happening today with the telephones, you know, and the laptops, you know. We're still not accustomed to this. To these weapons of magic that we've been given, and that's also part of it, I think, like part of what the teaching, the feeling of the teaching is that, you know,
You can write a program on it.
wielding weapons of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could write this program.
And have people sign up and go through a course on how to wield the weapons of power for good.
Yes, exactly.
Like with the book publishing, you know, you can write a book about anything. Your book, in order to publish a book, there's no like editor, because you're just publishing on Kindle Book Publishing. So you can have a book that makes absolutely no sense, You can have a book that isn't spelled correctly, isn't grammatically correct. You can pretty much publish a book that actually doesn't even have a word in it and still put it up for sale. Not saying anybody would buy it, but like it's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. You don't have to get kind of like super like closed-minded about what a book can be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean before I think even like 10 years ago, 5 years ago probably, you write a book and then you send it to a publisher and then they critique your book and see if they even want to publish it. Kindle publishing, you just throw it up and they publish it.
Yeah.
They want the money, they don't care.
I studied literature in university, you know.
Wow.
So I read a lot of books, you know, and I studied the history of literature as well. Now I didn't study all the history of literature. I didn't read every single book ever written. Of course, they have canons, you know, which are the books chosen by the educational and what is the word I'm looking for? By this whole system of scholarly system, you know, who say what book is what, you know. Oh, this book by Joseph Conrad, this is the book that is the epitome of the English language. Or this book by, you know, whoever, blah, blah, blah. You know? And in the Victorian times, there was a book called The Life and Times of Tristram Shandy.
Of what?
Tristram Shandy.
Tristram
Shandy,
Shandy. Is that like a name?
Yeah, it's the name of the character, Tristram Shandy. And man, who wrote it? I can't even remember now. But for its time, it was considered an absolutely like groundbreaking book. I love the book, by the way, because it's just this quirky guy called Tristram Shandy, and it's about his wanderings through life. It's kind of like Catcher in the Rye, but not as dark. But not even close to Tristram, not even close to that. It's just weird because it's his observations of his people in his family, people, you know, it's like that kind of thing. Yeah. It's like my observations of my life. But it was considered so groundbreaking because on one page it talks about his uncle waving his cane, and it shows like a squiggle. It's a break in the text and it shows a squiggle where this is the movement of his cane. Now before they didn't see that in books because they were all text.
Yeah.
But because he put this squiggle in the book, this became something like, wow, novel. That's why it's called a novel, you know. It became so novel. So, you know,
that's the thing. New ideas are like, wow, if we keep having the same ideas, it's not that exciting.
If we're trying to stay in line with the norm, then we're not getting the new novelties.
Yeah, so don't worry if your book is not line for line, page for page text with titles, with this and that. Don't worry about it.
If it's not like mainstream, if it's not perfect or doesn't have normacy, that's exactly what we all need right about now. Is we don't need normacy, we need difference, we need different, unique expression, and that's what we're all about right now in this time, day and age.
It can happen like that. You choose the same day to publish and bada bing bada boom, it's gone.
I'm not sure, we're going on an hour now almost, so I think it would be kind of good to finish this one off and
okay, but I think we
closing
covered
notes.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of ground. We talked about we talked about maybe our individual experiences and how we're growing, getting our messages out there, developing. I mean, we didn't go too much into the income of it, but I suppose that comes when it comes.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
not the why.
Making the actions in that direction already happening, all the things we talk about. You
It's
know?
like David was telling me the other day that this woman, she created this song in 2016 and like nobody heard of it or whatever, and now it's like it appears overnight, you know, it's like this big thing. And as we all know, nothing's really overnight. You know, you've been creating your whole life. So if you're an overnight sensation tomorrow, it's just whatever. You've still been, you're.
It's part of the big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
The
But,
way
you know.
that I see it is we build doorways for abundance. Each book that I build is a doorway for abundance to come in.
Mm. And each course that you build is the
Each and
same.
every little thing that I do towards that is building a doorway of abundance.
But he
So-
does it with a reason why behind it, not just to.
Yeah.
You can't just manifest your abundance. You have to build a doorway for the abundance to come through.
Yes, of course. Nobody come into your house if you don't have a gate and that you can open.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fundamental. Well, yeah, we made that journey also through the creation of an idea from the seed to the great tree that it is now, with
Yeah.
offering beautiful courses and incredible books and having so much content and ways of entering into your world through your website.
Yeah.
And how you can do that very simply, starting from one word.
Yeah, and it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be art, you know. I also do body work and showing people how to do it on themselves and heal themselves. That can be a course. So it, you know, it's nothing that is in a box. You can create and
And
expand
even if there's
anything.
something out there like it, your touch is going to be unique. Yours is going to be unique. Everybody is so different.
Yeah.
Mm. Yes.
Make this step.
So I'm super happy. I actually learned quite a bit today. You know, I'm super getting into this energy,
Yes.
and I want to get into it more. I feel like my messages have been in the cupboard for too long. I need to start to getting some of this stuff
Like
out.
the little Indian in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Open it up and he comes alive.
Yes. So we're learning from each other, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And let us know how you feel if you leave some comments on this video, whether it's been helpful for you, whether you would like us to talk more on this subject, because I feel like we
Yeah.
only touch. We didn't. We
Yeah.
even though we skim right, we tried to get everything in.
I know. Yeah, we would
all
love
the-
to hear
all
what
the
you guys
frogs in the
think, what you
pond.
want to talk
Yeah.
about. We can discuss, you know.
Yeah.
different
As always,
topics.
next week. I really appreciate having you on. You really are a really good connection. The way it connects between the three of us, and the way that you kind of question and guide and keep subject and ask subject, and it's really a beautiful flow. I really thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cam, you are magical.
Thank you.
Pure
You
and
guys are
simple.
magic as well. I really love spending time with you, and I feel like we're going in the same direction, you know. And let's walk along together for a while, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So thank you for watching. Thank
Thanks,
you for
love.
listening.
We love you.
Have a beautiful day full of love, joy, and blessings, and make that first step. You can do it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right?
a
Even if you
word,
just write down one
a
letter,
movement.
even if it's a letter or a
Yeah,
movement.
a wink,
A wink.
Yeah.
corner of your smile.